hear the train a-coming, it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, but I've been stuck.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Sports and Real Estate Show. The Sports and Real Estate Show showing you that we're going to create fun and real life parallels between one thing we all love, sports, and something that might not be as sexy, sports and real estate and mortgages. Learn a little bit today. We know you guys love our show, maybe hate the takes, but if you're still tuning in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, and heck, let's plug these lines right away, Tone. Let's get to it. MLB, hopping right into it. MLB season still on the rocks. Players union and the league are struggling to make any headway in negotiations. You know, what does this sound like?
Players market, is it owner's market? Is it a whiskey drink? Is it a vodka drink? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? Is it a cider drink? Is it a lager drink? Everything's going up again. I don't know what's getting knocked down again, James. Sorry for the tub thumping. I could not resist that one. Here's the real deal, man. Everyone is so far away, but they're so close. Is someone, these owners, are they really going to flake out here on some of this stuff? Do the players really want to lose $21 million a day in salary? I don't know. Does that seller just not want to lose $1,800 extra dollars to get a deal over the table? The old two in the hand versus one in the bush situation, or two in the, how it goes. I don't even know how to do it.
Hey, something like that. Owners are trying to put butts in seats. We're trying to put butts in houses. It is what it is, but it does seem like they're fighting over pennies. Instead of $25,000 annual raises, the MLB Players Union wants $30,000 annual raises, which, let's not forget, people, $775,000 is your minimum salary when you're in the show.
Except when you're a Super 2 and you don't get that contract. You know what's gone? Rates in the Super 2s. Don't expect them anymore. I hate to be the bearer of the bad news, but would not anticipate those coming back around. So let's talk about 3 years to arbitration instead of 6. How about that? Is it really that hard? I don't even know where to go with that. I'll just keep getting really mad. Yeah. Here's the deal. Don't let $4,000 or $5,000 in an offer versus a counter stop you from buying the house you love. You don't want to create catastrophic damage. Baseball is they're on the brink of screwing it up again. We're out of steroids. We're out of juiced baseballs. What are they going to do next? To move the fence in to 225? No one wants a smaller lot. I don't want a smaller freaking baseball field to put more butts in the seats. Let's talk about something better right now. I'm pissed. All
right, fine. Let's go to the NFL since we can't bring the steroid era back. So Rams, they're officially champions. Again, called it. I'm going to say it one more time. Called it. However, this means one thing. We're officially on the clock. Free agency is upon us. The draft is upon us, which means one thing. New people in new cities, right?
Welcome to the locker room. Welcome to the neighborhood block club, baby. New jobs during or just prior to the mortgage process, not that big of a deal. Don't panic about that. That old, I got to have a job for 2 years. I got to have this job for 2 years. Not always the case. However, I am not encouraging you to quit your job during the loan process because it's not a good idea. Hey, we're going to talk about someone maybe not quitting their job, but maybe a little fuzzy on retirement. Maybe it's hurting someone else's things. We got a franchise tag we got to talk about here, James?
Yeah, I mean, let's just revert back just 2 seconds. Yes, please don't quit your job during the loan process, just for the sheer fact that if Tony loses any more hair over another job that's been quit, we're in serious trouble here. We're in serious trouble. But yeah, we got someone maybe on the bubble, the franchise tag. His quarterback might be leaving. My theory is Devontae Adams, in Wisconsin, in Green Bay, go from Cheeseheads and Miller Lights to a little Yingling grouper. Changes in location are tough.
That's a pretty easy move, though.
Yeah.
You ever deal with January in Green Bay? How about late January in Green Bay?
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter to Devontae Adams because he's usually already home for all that time. Hey, if you're a cheesehead looking to depart America's Dairyland for the beaches and no state income tax in Florida, we're here to help. Teams licensed in both states, and You go on Florida to Wisconsin, Wisconsin to Florida. I assure you that we've done each one of those deals at least 5 times.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But we understand there's usually a trajectory of where you want to start and where you want to end. You know, the weather is here and we wish you were beautiful. Anyway, yeah, location changes are tough, but changes in rules are tougher. XFL is partnering with the NFL to implement all their projected rule changes to see if they work before they put them in the actual NFL, being the petri dish, as I read in an article for the NFL.
Dude, it would be great if they had like the XFL and the NFL for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Hey, we're just gonna try this out with Hometown for a minute. We'll see what they can figure out with it, and we're gonna switch it back. But I want Vince McMahon to introduce every one of them.
Oh yeah, the XFL.
Exactly. Moving on from traditionally more of a high contact thing to a little bit of a lower contact thing. Is the NFL going to make the Juwan Howard face slap a taunting penalty next year too? I don't know. Anyways, you do not want to get Joe Krabenhoft in your mortgage process or your home buying process. James has a few tips to avoid ending up like Juwan Howard or Greg Gard, suspended and fined from the home buying process.
All right, and I can assure you these tips have nothing to do with me turning someone's name into a verb. However, let's start with it. Don't open new credit accounts during the loan process. Don't open hand slap the opposing team's assistant coach. Wha-bam. You know, don't have a teammate call a timeout without any timeouts left during the biggest game of your college career. Don't let any large purchases that will dramatically impact your assets during your loan and underwriting. Big no's. However, on the topic of reverting back to positivity, let's reinforce the good stuff. Do avoid large sums of cash or accepting a Ford Explorer as a gift from people like Ed Martin during the loan process.
Oh, you're not supposed to get these from your real estate agent or anything?
Yeah, I knew you'd like that one. But Juwan may be slap happy, you know, but at least he had an opportunity to coach his alma mater because heck, he made sound decisions in college. However, this most recent slap decision wasn't the most sound, like opening a Kohl's credit card, forgetting about it for a measly 30% off. And then all of a sudden you got a nice collection for $322.
And that will ruin your opportunity to buy a house. I didn't know. I didn't read the fine print. In the spirit of competitive negotiations or the NCAA having the handshake line, like what is this? Is this the NHL postseason? Like we're going to have a handshake line after games. I am the king of poor sportsmanship. Speaking of like heavy-handed contact and non-fighting sports, poor sportsmanship, the Mount Rushmore of a slap, happy, and maybe a kung fu kick or two in here. James, take us through your Mount Rushmore.
The promised segment from last week, Mount Rushmore. All right. Non-fighting sports fights, right? Jim Rome versus Jim Everett. You don't call Jim Everett by the wrong name. Jim Rome kept pushing the envelope. What happens? Jim Rome gets embarrassed on live television, pushed out of his chair, flipped over. There's number one. Odor versus Batista, baby. This is one of my favorites. You don't slide through on second base. It's a cheap play, just like Batista with the bat flip. I don't mind the bat flip. I don't really care. You're hitting a home run. Next time, tell the pitcher to hit better or throw it better.
I did one of those in T-ball once.
Yeah, there you go. But Batista had it coming. And what happened? He got klazocked in the mouth. Number two. Number three.
Did he get knocked down? Did anyone get back up again after that one? Sorry, I can't give up on Chumbawamba.
Number three, Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph. Might be assault. I don't know. I thought that was an aggressive line by whoever said it. I don't want to say his name on the show. But Myles Garrett ripping Mason Rudolph's helmet off and full windmilling it right into the top of his head. The strongest guy. This guy has arms like Hulk Hogan with Hulk himself. Crazy. Unbelievable. Last but not least, one so petty because a little man got pushed down. I know you're a Detroit guy, Tony, but hey, I'm a Bears guy. Jim Harbaugh versus Jim Schwartz. wins the game at the end to keep the Niners undefeated in the season. And that handshake was nothing short of him just pushing a little man down, shakes his hand, pushes him out of the way, get out of here, and just starts a nice little brawl at the end of the game. That is my Mount Rushmore, baby.
I love it. I love it. Let's start off with a big one here because I got a 1 and 1A on this one. Not
right.
sure what was the top card fight that night. Either Darren McCarty, Claude Lemieux, or Mike Vernon versus Patrick Waugh. The goalie battle. Tough one on that one. Nobody likes Claude Lemieux. So just let everyone know. How about a little Michael Barrett, AJ Przinsky, Cubs Sox, North South. I love it. Chicago guy. Breaks my heart that to put AJ on there. Like, what is it with the White Sox guys? It's like taking punches. You got Michael Barrett punching AJ, Nolan Ryan, the Robin Ventura Noogie, White Sox. Maybe we don't got baseball this year probably for a little while, so we'll figure out some more stuff to dig up. The Eric Cantona versus the Hooligan Kung Fu Fighting Soccer Kick. I loved it. I may or may not have used that move on my brother on the trampoline growing up as a kid. Yeah. On the topic of soccer, though, I have a very sarcastic submission for number 4. The big flop, Dylan Brooks versus LeBron James. The punch that no one heard around the world. However, if you watch the video, LeBron, let's say he got whacked pretty good. I don't know what hit him. Maybe like a mosquito flew in from outside. All right, man. Hey, take us home before everyone starts running to YouTube to watch these.
I definitely Jawan Howard your Mount Rushmore. But hey, thanks for tuning into this week's episode. We're gonna polish this one up. Don't forget to reach at us online at www.applywithjr.com. Hit me on my cell if you hate my takes. 779-875-0207. You want to rip me? You want to let me have it? By all means.
You want to get knocked out?
But hey, if it's your mortgage process, we get up again.